came into this business at 25. I want you to understand, my tears are always tears of how grateful that I am. Because the amazing things that have happened in my life since I met They came in my life. I remember we went to China. And I remember Josie, she was so warm and so kind, and she's always been like that. She's always been like that with me, just warm and kind, and I just always felt her love. And Mr. Moran, all the great things you said to me about what we were gonna do, and everything came to pass. My life completely changed. 2007. I was on live TV, and I was working the business. I believed that something good was going to happen. A lady I met at Starbucks, prospected her, got a phone number, followed up, called up, said, hey, listen, I want to show you this business opportunity. You can travel, you can see the world. I hadn't seen anything. I hadn't traveled anywhere. But I was telling her, you can travel, you can make money. She invited me over to her office for me to show her the presentation, for me to show the plan. Everybody say, show the plan. And I sat there, showed her the plan, and guess what she said? No. And I said, hey, listen, who do you know? Who do you know that would be probably be open to something like this? And she gave me 3 names. One of the names was Jared Wilkins. I got his number. I called Mr. Wilkins. I said, Mr. Wilkins, hey, listen, you don't know me, but I got your name and number from this lady, and Demetria, that was her name, Demetria. She said, you might be interested in this opportunity. He said, no, I'm not interested. I've got the greatest mentor in the world, Mr. Holton Buggs. And we developed a friendship, and over the next few months, we would be at Starbucks. I'd be stuck at Starbucks because I didn't have a car. And one day I said, hey, listen, I want to meet this man. I want to meet this great man that you're talking about. I want to meet this great mentor. And he called up Mr. Buggs, said, hey, listen, I got this young guy. He wants to come and meet you. Mr. Buggs said, hey, listen, what we're going to do is he can meet me for 20 minutes. And then, Jerry, you got to get him out of my house. This is back in 2007, and my life completely changed that night. 20 minutes turned into 4 hours. Mr. Buggs invited me into his home, treated me like a son. From day one, even though I wasn't a part of his organization, he coached, he mentored, not just through direct contact, but just by me watching the way he operated, watching the way, I always tell people this, the one thing I admire the most about Mr. Buggs is really how he treats his wife and how he treats his son. Mr. Buggs, you're the greatest man that I know. You're the greatest man that I know. And I'm grateful that you're in my life. Early, I'm grateful that you're in my life. I'm thankful that you're in my life. I thank you for being that example, not just in how to make money, not just in this business, but in how you operate your whole entire life. See, that's why you're here today. You're here to get the example of who you can really become. And then everybody needs to be inspired. Mr. Buggs and Early Buggs, they've been a great inspiration, not just to me, but to everybody that's standing right now. I want you guys to give it up for Mr. Holton and Early Buggs. Give it up for him. As loud as you can, I want you to give it up for him. Because if they didn't decide to do what they're doing, we wouldn't have the opportunity that we have right now. We would have the chance of a lifetime. If they decided to quit, if they decided, hey, we've got everything we need, we're good, we can go buy planes, we can go buy houses, we don't need to do anything anymore, we don't need to put on this event, we don't need to get 1%. The people that sit in the back, you should be clapping the loudest, the ones all the way in the back. Because if they did continue, you wouldn't have the opportunity that you have to move from the back to the front. You always have to remember that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. You may be last today, but you'll be first tomorrow because somebody's made a decision to keep going and giving you time. You've got to leave this event inspired, ready to take action. My inspiration came in the form of Mr. Jose Organo, the very first Crown Ambassador in Organo Gold. The first person to believe on a whole nother level. People call me the master of believing. No, Mr. Jose Organo is the master of believing. I appreciate your friendship. Typically, most times in most companies, top leaders don't get along. Top leaders don't love each other. Top leaders don't help each other out. I appreciate you. Let's give it up for Mr. Jose Organo. Let's give it up for him. Very first Crown Ambassador. Again, you know, sometimes then we get real emotional. You see, guys, you can have a lot of emotion because of the pain that you've been through in your life. The pain that you've been. How many of you are going through some type of pain right now? Guys, the amount of pain that you're feeling right now, I want you to sound an alarm right now to that pain. I want you to make a noise right now to that pain, that pain is not going to last in your life. I want that pain to hear you. I want it to hear. I want you to get in that pain. Come on! If you're not embracing the pain, see, it was painful for a grown man to get on a plane, a grown man to get on a plane, to go to Jamaica with $58 in his pocket. You are a grown man. He had lived on this earth 47 years at that time. And he had $58 in his pocket to his name. How many of you think that was painful? Had to sell his TV. Had no food to feed his family. That was painful. But he embraced the pain. And because he embraced it, he's now a $2 million earner in this company. He embraced what was wrong in his life and turned it into something positive. Because he embraced that pain, he's got a $1.7 million home. He's got 6 cars, a Rolls Royce that he paid for cash. Gives his wife whatever she wants. There's nothing that Blanca Sartoris can't have because John Sartoris decided to embrace the pain that was in his life and turn it into something positive. They're beyond a pen in Organo Gold. They're beyond Crown. They're beyond Crown Ambassadors. These are some icons in Organo Gold. Guys, give it up for John and Blanca Sartoris. Every black diamond, every blue diamond, every hands, I know you've been through some pain. I know you've been through some pain, got involved in this business, about to lose his house. Imagine having a beautiful home and you're about to lose it. Is that painful? Write this down. The pain. That pain has to drive you. Every blue diamond, this thing, Emmanuel Bernstein. Every diamond, they had some type of pain, but they turned that pain into the passion. How many of you have some passion right now? See, when you have passion, you can't get tired. How many of you have passion? No. See, you're not paying attention. See, pass. See, that pain is going to pass. But it all depends on how much passion you have right now. How much activity are you going to take? How much action are you going to take right now to build this business? Are you going to waste 2 days of your life by leaving out of here pumped up, excited about this business, and then not take any action? Are you going to stay inspired? Are you going to stay inspired? That was a question. You see, when you're sitting down, you have less energy. You notice that? When you're sitting down on your butt and you're not working, you have less energy to go out there and become free. Never quit. Never. How do you spell never? Somebody said N-E-V-A. Guys, you've got to embrace the pain that's going on in your life right now. And the way you do that is by having the passion to go out there and build this business. Taking the action. What are the actions? The 4 steps. We've got 4 days coming out of this event before this month is over. What is your action steps? Do you have a plan of action right now? If you didn't get a calendar, you need to go buy. If you leave this event without a calendar booked out of what's going to happen in your life over the next 4 days and what's going to happen in the next 90 days before New Orleans, how many of you are going to be in New Orleans? I've been hearing this word all day today. I've been hearing it all day today. The universe. The universe, whatever you put out, the universe will bring back to you. How many of you heard that?
Yep.
The universe. Uni. What does that mean? One. Verse. What does that mean? One word.
Ooh.
When a person says universe, really all what they're saying is God. So whatever you put out, what you must do living out of this event is you need to start putting out exactly what you want to come back into your life.
Teach.
You've got to put out exactly what you want to come back in your life. Universe. Verse is really a set of words. You must create an affirmation about what's going to happen in the next 90 days. We kept talking about going to the next level. The next 90 days before New Orleans. There's going to be about 20,000 distributors, Organo Gold distributors are going to descend on the city of New Orleans. You've got to make a decision right now. on what you're going to put out that's going to come to pass in New Orleans. I am at the next level. I am at the next level. What you must do leaving out of here is define what the next level is. What is that next level that you're going to? What is that next level that you're going to? What is that next level that you're going to in the next 90 days?
Blue diamond.
You've heard me talk about this before, that believing makes things possible. And over the next 90 days, with the action steps that you're going to take, you need to create a set of words. You heard Aubrey Brown, Brand New Diamond, talking, saying, if I can see it, then I know it's done. So you have to have the right images. And you have to have the right emotions. Mr. Edwin Haynes said something, you got to really pay attention. He said, imagine if everybody in this room was a diamond. I want you to really think about that for a second. The person is sitting next to you right now. Everybody in this room, 5,000, 6,000 people that's in this room right now, imagine if everybody in this room became a diamond in the next 90 days. What you must have is what we call an out-of-body experience. Some of you are still staying in the situation that you're in. You're staying in the same body that you're in, and you're not giving yourself an out-of-body experience. An out-of-body experience would be all of us in this room, everybody that's listening to my voice right now, that is not a diamond, that by next convention, New Orleans, that you're walking across the stage as a diamond. You haven't gotten it yet. You haven't gotten it yet. If we said believing is words, images, and emotions, and if I've got the words, then I'm going to become a diamond. And I'm speaking that every single day. And I can actually visualize it in my mind. The last step is to have the emotions that it actually already happened. For you to have the out-of-body experience so that when you're walking out there and you're doing the presentation, and you're out there showing the plan, and you're doing the CJNs, and you're going to the weekly meetings, what happens is now people don't see who you currently are right now. They see the diamond that you are right now. Imagine you're a diamond. You're a diamond. You paid the price to become a diamond. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to sacrifice right now to become a diamond? The freedom that you feel. The freedom that you feel when you become a diamond. The people's lives that you impact. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you see it? Can you feel it?